श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्। Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha, Srimadvaravarmuneye Namaha, Shri Baladhanvi Gurave Namaha. Namaskaram one and all, and welcome to another episode of Everyday Encounters with Yemperuman, part of the Shri Shabdham series. Through the grace of our Aacharyan, this English series aims to reach the next generation of kids and non-Tamil speaking devotees, introducing them to Shri Vaishnava philosophy. So far, we have explored who Sriman Narayana is, what the term Narayana means, who his consort is, and what their auspicious qualities are, all in small, palatable sections with infographics and Devaganam, which is the musical rendition of Azhwar's Pasurams. As a part of this series, we relate to Bhagavan Sriman Narayana through everyday things we see. We began with water, rain, and clouds, and then moved on to animals like elephants and lions. These similarities were given to us by one of the greatest Purvacharya, Shri U.Ve.PrathiVadi Bayangaram Annangarachariya, who is fondly called as the Kanchi Swami. So today, we will be drawing similarities between Yemperuman and the bull. Let's get started. The first similarity between Yemperuman and bull is that they both have one name in common, and that name is Vrishabha. In Sanskrit, the bull or ox is called as Vrishabha. Interestingly, Vrishabha also indicates dharma, since the originating word Vrisha itself means morality, justice, virtue, or meritorious acts in Sanskrit. So in derivation, we can say Vrisho Vrishabha Dharma Yoho. Hence, Vrishabha means both bull and dharma. By the way, what is dharma and how is it connected to Sriman Narayana? While we often equate dharma with righteousness or morality, this does not fully capture its essence and presents a very shallow understanding. Then, where can we find the true answer for this word dharma? As always, the Upanishads, Itihasas, and Puranas, which convey the essence of the eternal Vedas, provide profound insights into what dharma is. They proclaim loud and clear, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, that is, Rama is the embodiment of dharma. Krishnam Dharmam Sanadhanam, which means Krishna is the eternal Dharma. So in a nutshell, we can say Rama, Krishna, who are the incarnations of Sriman Narayana, is Dharma, which means Yemperuman himself is the embodiment of Dharma. His very being is Dharma. What he does is Dharma, and what he says is Dharma. Even as Sri Krishna, he declares that he is the dharma one should hold on to by forsaking all other dharmas. Where can we see this? In the sacred text of Sri Bhagavad Gita, he states, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja, which means abandon all paths you consider will redeem you or give you liberation like karma, jnana, and bhakti yoga, and seek refuge at my lotus feet. That is Sharanagati, isn't it? So here, Sri Krishna, he himself declares that he is the ultimate dharma. All these points prove that Sriman Narayana embodies Dharma, and since Dharma is also known as Vrishabha, Sriman Narayana can rightfully be called as Vrishabha. This is also reflected in the sacred Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam, which says the 1,000 divine names of Sriman Narayana, where we come across divine names like Vrishabha. Vrishabhaya Namaha is the 257th Tirunamam, divine name in Sri Vishnu Sahasranamam. There, Vrishabha means the one who is Dharma and the one who showers Dharma. Based on this, we also see other Tirunamams like Vrishab Parva, which means the ladder leading to Dharma. Vrishabhaksha, which means Dharmattai Kannaga Udayavan, the one who mercifully, by having Dharma as his eyes, acts as a central axle for wheel of samsara. The 595th Tirunamam is Vrishapriya, which means the one who delights in dharma. So let's salute that Vrishabha. With this, we end our first similarity between Emperuman and Bull, as they both have one common name, that is Vrishabha. Now let's go to the second similarity. This similarity is also based out of a name, but it's based out of the name in Tamil language. In Tamil, Bull is referred as Yerudhu, Yeru, or Kalai. Kalai Madu we say. That's why Azhwars refer to Emperuman as Yezhileru, Ayar Yeru, Ayarhal Pereru. Andal Nachiyar, who is one of the 12 Azhwars, in her Patti Meindor Kareru Padigam, she refers him as Kareru, which means Karutta Kalai. Kannan, who was unique and like a black-colored bull, used to roam around all places without any restraints, is how she celebrates him. But in general, instead of calling as Kalai Mada, we end up just saying as Mada in Tamil. Mada is a term that can imply a being that lacks knowledge. That's why it's kind of a practice to rebuke an ignorant one as Made in Tamil. But how is this connected with Sriman Narayana? How is this similarity going to be drawn? Interestingly, Sriman Narayana is also referred to as the non-cognizant or ignorant one. Avijñātha comes the Tirunamam in Vishnu Sahasranamam also, which means the non-cognizant one. This is why we also call him as Arivili in Tamil. Arivu illai, Arivili in Tamil. But this seems super contradictory, isn't it? We are aware that he is Sarvagnan, which means the omniscient. So if he possesses knowledge about the past, present and future, how can he be called the non-cognizant one? How should we interpret it? Indeed, Sriman Narayana possesses all pervasive knowledge, but he becomes non-cognizant of his devotees' mistakes. This means that while he is aware of their errors, that is aparadha, he does not focus on them. Instead, he considers these mistakes as qualifications to shower his love and grace on them by correcting and redeeming them. This compassionate aspect highlights his love as a loving and forgiving universal mother who prioritizes the redemption of his devotees over their faults. This auspicious quality of Kutram Kandu Veruvamai, not being disgusted by faults but considering them as pleasurable ones, is known as Vatsalyam. Just like how a mother cow lovingly licks its calf's stains with affection instead of disgust, Sriman Narayana also removes our stains, faults, considering them as bhogyam, something to be enjoyed. His boundless compassion and grace transform our imperfections into opportunities for his divine love and care. Sri Kuratalvan in Sri Varadarajastavam lauds this aspect of Emperuman, where he says, Upalam boyam bohu shrayati pada sarvajñapite yato dosham bhakteshviha varada naiva kalayasi. So, let's also celebrate this Sriman Narayana, who is like a mother to us and always forgives us and redeems us. So, with this, we end the second similarity. The bull is called Madu in Tamil, signifying a lack of knowledge. Similarly, Emperuman acts non-cognizant of our mistakes, using them as a means to grace and redeem us. Now, let's move on to the third comparison. This is going to talk about the physical nature of a bull, which has 4 feet or 4 legs. In Sanskrit, foot is called as charanam. However, charanam also signifies actions or practices one follows. Similarly, Sriman Narayana, like the bull, has 4 significant actions or charanams. What are they? The first action is Srishti, which is performed by one of the manifestations, fourfold manifestations of Sriman Narayana, called as Aniruddha. Then comes the Samrakshanam, that is not just protecting but doing it in the best possible way, which is done by Pradyumna. Then comes the destruction, which is Samharam. As the destroyer, this role is carried out by Sankarshana. These are the manifestations of Sriman Narayana in his Vyuha form, which we have dealt in detail in our previous episodes. Then comes the most important aspect of Sriman Narayana, the act that he performs, which is called as Moksha Pradatvam, which means granting liberation. This supreme act is not applicable to or performed by any other deity. Alvars celebrate this aspect in multiple places. For instance, Swami Nammalvar says in Thiruvaimozhi, Yeppurutkum Veedu Mudalam Punaivan Piravikkadal Neenduvarke. Yeppurutkum Veedu Mudalam, which means he took birth, he took the avataram in this world to bestow liberation for all. When they say all, Yeppurutkum means there is no discrimination whatsoever. Let's take a sample specimen which will show the variety of beings from animals to rishis who have been liberated due to his mercy. While he was here as Srirama, he liberated Jatayu, Guhaperumal, Sabhari, Sugriva and the monkey army and all entities of Ayodhya. As Krishna, he bestowed moksham to Idaichi, a cowherd woman, Idayan, cowherd man, Tayirtari, the pot containing curd, Kuni, a hunchback, Malakarar, the flower vendor, and Gantakarana offered a dead body to Krishna. He was also liberated. Then Vendadasil Ittavar, the wives of rishis who offered food to Krishna. Okay, here is the question. If he descends to bestow liberation, should not everyone be liberated? That's why Alvar clarifies here, Punaivan Piravikkadal Neenduvarke, which is also resonated in Jitante Stotram, Samsara Sagaram Ghoram Anantaklesha Bhajanam Tvameva Sharanam Prapya. That is, only for those who cry out to Bhagavan saying, Hey Bhagavan, this samsara, the material realm, is a great ocean and we cannot cross it on our own. You, the all-powerful one, should help us cross over. So only for those who cry out thus, he takes responsibility for them. Punai means bailing them out and liberating them. He controls all their aspects, relieves them from all their burdens. Punai also means boat. Here, what is the boat? That is the Vishnu Potham, the boat named Vishnu. Unlike the boats that we see in this world, which reside in a single place, this Vishnu Potham is all-pervading and omnipresent like Vishnu himself. And it is spread from the spiritual realm to the material realm to redeem us all. And that's why Alvars celebrate this quality of Emperuman, that is Moksha Pradatvam, which will unite the Nitya Samsaris, that is eternally bound souls like us, with Nitya Suris who are eternally liberated souls. Andal Nachiyar also says, Narayanane Namakke Parai Tharuvan. Here, Narayanane Parai, which means the ultimate goal for any soul has to be to go and serve at the lotus feet of Sriman Narayana. So he is the Upayam, and the path or the way that takes us to that final destination is also Narayana. Narayanane Namakke. And for us, such Alvar's divine lotus feet becomes abode for our ultimate liberation. So we will end this episode singing this Moksha Pradatvam as given by Swami Manavala Mamunihal in his Thiruvaimozhi Nootrandadi, Pasuram number 18. See you all with the next part of similarities between Emperuman and Bull in our next episode. Until then, Dhanyasmi Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha.
அணைந்தவர்கள் தம்முடனே ஆயனருட்காளாம் குணந்தனையே கொண்டுலகை கூட்ட அணைந்தவர்கள் தம்முடனே ஆயனருட்காளா குணந்தனையே கொண்டுலகை கூட்ட இணங்கி மிக மாசிலுபதேசம் செய் மாறன் மலரடியே வீசு புகழ் எம்மா வீடு இணங்கி மிக மாசிலுபதேசம் செய் மாறன் மலரடியே வீசு புகழ் எம்மா வீடு.